Let's talk about strategy. Hello, and welcome back to another video. I'm your beautiful host, Young Buffett, and in today's video, I want to talk to you about how I plan to manage my zoo investment. But even if you don't have any zoo in this video, hopefully you'll learn something about investing in general, when to enter, when to exit, when to buy a Lambo, etc. So I want to try something. If you're watching this video, scroll down and just very lightly tap on that like button. I'm curious if I can get at least 5 likes on this video. So if you love me, show some love and tap that like button for me. But first and foremost, nothing in this video is financial advice or a recommendation to buy or sell any kind of security or investment or token or egg or anything. Don't do anything. Literally just sit there and listen to the sound of my voice. The goal is for people to pick up some golden nuggets and apply whatever strategy makes sense for their own personal financial situation. Never ever forget that $1,000 for somebody might feel like $100, and $1,000 for someone else might feel like $10,000 to somebody else. So always do your own research and trade to your personal account size. Whenever you guys watch these YouTube videos, you just have to be really careful of that. Everybody is on a different level. Now that we're on the same page and you've liked the video, I see this question a lot. When should I sell? Well, there are a few things to take into consideration, and the only way to answer that question is by about asking like 1,000 more questions. So question number 1 would be, why did you buy it in the first place? So let's talk about Zoo specifically, but again, you can apply this to anything. Why did you buy Zoo? What was your plan? What did you want from it? Feel free to answer these questions, by the way, in the comment section. So if you need like a place to take notes or something. But there are a few scenarios to consider. Scenario number 1 is you bought Zoo because you wanted to buy eggs on the pre-sale. Scenario number 2 is you bought Zoo because you wanted to buy eggs and you wanted to own the token. Scenario number 3 would be you bought Zoo just because you wanted just the token. Scenario number 4 would be you bought Zoo because you want to buy the eggs on the marketplace when it releases. Scenario number 5 would be you bought Zoo because you wanted the token and you wanted eggs and you want to buy more eggs and you want to fund transactions when the app comes out and you want to play games and stuff. So everything. Whatever your reason was, notice that you had a reason. So go back into the first time that you bought it. Why did you buy it? Be honest to yourself. Really think about it. Long term, short term, medium term, both, all 3. What was your timeline until you made a lot of money? Really be honest with yourself and think back, why did you buy this thing, and stick to a plan. Another question that I have to ask is, how much did you pay for your Zoo? Did you ever sell? Are you up? Are you down? What's your cost basis? You need to figure that out. I ask this because I played it much differently than a lot of other people. So I'm in a different position. So if you're up, you have to do something different. If you're down, you have to do something different. If you're at break even, you have to do something different. Some people are down, some people are up. Some people like myself are in free positions with no risk on the table because I secured my initial investment, and we'll talk about that a little bit later in this video. Some other people are dollar cost averaging into bigger and bigger positions as the price comes down. Other people are scaling out for some reason. Some people are just waiting for eggs. There's a lot of different catalysts to look out for. So there's a lot going on, a lot to consider. And that's why there's so much going on that you can't just make a video with a simple answer that says yes, no, buy, sell, this, that. It's very situational. I'm not going to sit here and try to sell you a course on how to do this, and this, because it really just comes down to you and your personal plan. But what I can do is I can walk through some concepts and some strategies that might apply to your scenario and might help you make a good decision if you choose to do so. If I had bought Zoo at the very top and I'm sitting at a loss, okay, but I have a job and I get paychecks every 2 weeks, I'd probably look into scaling in and dollar cost averaging my way into a bigger position and lowering my cost basis. I don't want to top tick something. I want to lower my cost basis if the price is low. And I would only do that if I really believe in the project, and if I was looking to exit at a profit, or I want more eggs, or I just want more exposure because of the potential upside. So that's one scenario, and that's one strategy, is scaling in and dollar cost averaging. Keeping in mind that I'm only investing what I'm 100% okay with seeing go to zero. That's rule number one of investing, is actually being okay with losing everything. Don't just say that because everybody says that. Actually be okay with losing everything, and you'll be forced to only invest a small amount, a comfortable amount, an amount that you're comfortable sleeping at night knowing your money is working for you, or slowly dying. So literally think about it. Am I okay with zero? Okay. Another scenario is that you did dollar cost average on the way down. Okay. And you're holding Zoo at lower prices, just waiting for it to go back up and some catalyst to come out, like the 30-day roadmap or the marketplace or the app or the game or whatever you're waiting for. Now, if you were able to lower your cost basis, this is what I would do. If you put in like $500, right? And then Zoo doubles in price, your $500 would be $1,000. So you might be very excited about that. You just doubled your money. But should I sell? Should I buy more? Now, what if Zoo triples in price? You'll be at $1,500. Now, what if Zoo 10x's in price? Your 500 would be 5,000. Now, that's where people ask, when do I sell? Is it going to keep going up? Is it going to keep going down? The answer to that question is to define your risk, manage risk. And in order to manage risk, we need to understand what is risk. Let's define the word risk so we can then define our own personal risk. I define risk as, what have I put on the table? Okay. How much did I take out of my bank account? The money that I could have used for food, bills, etc., that is my risk. That's how I define risk. So what was my risk in this scenario? $500. In this scenario, I put $500 and then it became $5,000, right? So my risk is $500 and my potential gains are $4,500, right? So in the scenario where the price of my asset goes up, I'm always looking for ways to remove my risk and recover my initial investment, and keeping the rest in there to work for me for free. So if Zoo turned 500 into 5,000, I would then scale out, secure my 500, maybe even sell another 500 worth to lock in some profits and pay myself for such an amazing trade. That would leave around $3,000 in there for free. And that $3,000 worth of Zoo would just do its thing, because you never know, it could continue going up, or it could go down, or it could trade sideways. I don't care what it does. Whatever it does after that point, you removed your risk. You removed your 500 and you even locked in some profits. So it doesn't really matter what Zoo does. You are risk free and you have free money in there working for you. Now, how do you know when to scale out? Well, you never will. Same strategy for when people ask, should I buy? There is no good answer for that. You always dollar cost average and use time to your advantage. You never know. It could go up, it could go down. So what do? I always scale in, and I use time to my advantage. So if you want to get out, same thing as scaling in, you scale out. Maybe $100 at a time, slowly working my way out and securing my initial investment, locking in some profits, but always leaving some in there to do some work for me. Overall, the key thing to take away, only invest what you're okay with losing. That lets you be nimble. That lets you be flexible. That lets me sit back and relax. Up or down, I don't care. Manage your risk. Be honest with yourself. Will you be sad if you lost it all? Will you have the discipline to scale back and secure your initial investment? Yes or no? Let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to show some love. Make some friends in the comment section, and I love you, and I'll see you in the next video.